When you talk about the Minnesota Timberwolves, the first player you're going to talk about is Anthony Edwards. The second player will most likely be Julius Randle or Rudy Gobert. But Jaden McDaniels is one of the most important players on this Timberwolves team. He's one of the best players on this Timberwolves team, and I really think that he is so slept on. The jumps that Jaden is having this season is unbelievable. I don't know if you guys have been watching, but I have been watching a lot of Timberwolves games, and he is playing out of his mind right now. The numbers aren't even going to show it because he plays with one of the best players in the NBA, but Jaden's impact cannot be ignored. Jaden this season is averaging 15 points a game, 4 rebounds, 3 assists on 51% shooting, 45% from the 3, and 84% from the free throw line. Jaden McDaniels is almost a 50-40-90 guy, being your best on-ball defender. And depending on how you feel about Rudy Gobert in this stage of his career, he could be argued as the best defender on the Minnesota Timberwolves. But the offensive growth from Jaden this season has been incredible. Last season, he was shooting 33% from the three-point line. So when teams played Minnesota, they would often have a guy roaming who was guarding Jaden, and they would live with him shooting. But over this offseason, he worked on his game, and his three-point percentage is now up by 12%. And what's really interesting is Jaden McDaniels was shooting 51% of his three-pointers from the corner last season, but this season he's shooting only 40% from the corner. But he's shooting 50% on his corner threes this season versus last season where he was shooting only 33%. The one skill that Jaden McDaniels has improved on that no one is paying attention to this season is attacking closeouts. We're going to see right here on this play, the ball's going to find DiVincenzo and it finds McDaniels. Now let's pause for a second. We can already see on this play that Cam Johnson is out of position. Jaden attacks Cam Johnson, gets to the paint and gets a floater over Jokic. We all know that Jokic isn't a rim protector, so a very easy bucket for McDaniels. Thank you, Chris Finch. He is too skilled to just be sitting in the corner. Now having him operate as a ball handler, look how crafty he is, freezes Jokic and gets to a left-handed layup. Now his improved handle this season is making a lot of things easier for Anthony Edwards and Julius Randle. Gets to a fade right here over Jamal Murray. And with him being 6'10", sometimes looking like he's 6'11" on the court, I'm not even gonna lie. He recognizes that he's taller than a lot of players, so he's excelling with these mid-range fadeaways over smaller defenders, especially with his high release. Thank you, Chris Finch, for finally running plays for Jaden McDaniels. I'm gonna say it again, I was tired of seeing him in the corner, getting the screen from Gobert right here, absorbing the contact from Tim Hardaway Jr. and getting to a floater. Jaden McDaniels has developed into a legit two-way threat, knowing how to get to his spots and score easily. He recognizes that he has a smaller defender in Murray and scores over him. The confidence in his handle is just visible. Right here, gets around Cam Johnson, Euro steps around Jokic with a fake pass and scores. It was really nice to see his chemistry with Rudy Gobert on these pick and rolls. They were really just attacking Jokic, and he was making them pay every single time. The Timberwolves are just a way better team when McDaniels is excelling like this on offense. Anthony Edwards right here gonna find McDaniels in transition. He absorbs the contact and finishes over the smaller Tim Hardaway Jr. I mean, have we ever seen him be this confident in his career? I don't think so. Jrue Holiday, a pretty good defender even at this point in his career, and he just pulls over him like he's nothing. I believe that if he's hitting his threes wide open in the playoffs, the T-Wolves can finally make that push. They cannot leave him open anymore. With him shooting 45%, it just does not make sense. Along with his offensive improvement, Jaden McDaniels continues to be one of the best defenders in the NBA. This season, he's averaging 2 stocks a game, and he's been very excellent this season in his weak side help rotations. In these clips, we can see just how dangerous he is as a defender, pushing up on Benedict Mathurin, making him pick up his dribble and taking the ball out of his hands. Jaden McDaniels is being a very smart defender. He knows that Grant's out of the play because he's out of bounds. I'm going to pause it for a second. DiVincenzo's beat, but because he knows that Grant is not a threat because he's out to play, he's going to step up and get the block on Murray. The combination of his size and foot speed are amazing. You're going to see he stays with Jrue Holiday all the way. Jrue trying to be physical, but he's just not big enough and gets blocked. Even though Jaden isn't the biggest guy with his frame, he's still able to absorb contact on defense, gets the shoulder by Murray and still is able to get the block. Jaden McDaniels can guard 1 through 4 comfortably. Scoot Henderson trying to get by him, but gets his shot rejected off the glass. And I wanted to slow this down because he didn't even have the best positioning right here, but because he's such a great defender and he's able to use his feet well, he keeps up with him the whole way through. So I just believe that Jaden McDaniels has made the official leap in becoming a young two-way star in this league. I believe that his success in the playoffs will truly determine how far Minnesota goes. I think that he's the X factor for this Minnesota Timberwolves team, and if he continues to play like this, Minnesota is one of the most dangerous teams in the NBA, especially come playoff time. So it's your boy 100 Points. Wanted to highlight one of my favorite players in the league right now, in Jaden McDaniels. Shout out to him. Shout out to the Minnesota Timberwolves organization. God bless you all. I'm out. Peace.